Why being matters. Change the behaviour, change the outcome seems to be the dominant way of thinking these days. But while changing the behaviour is necessary if you want a different outcome, it is only part of the solution. To change the behaviour and outcome sustainably, you need to become aware of and address the deeper qualities, aspects of being that make you who you are and cause how you show up in the world. While most people focus on what they should have and do in order to be the person they want to be, this video spins that notion on its head, explaining why we should focus on how to be first. Are you projecting the real, authentic you to others and to yourself? Do you say your real yeses and nos? Or do you generally respond to people the way you think you should? Do you sometimes feel trapped by your identity or personality type? Are you constantly making excuses for what you consider to be flaws in your character? Telling yourself, that's just who I am. I was born that way, so there's no point in fighting it. Are you forever setting personal, professional, business, or organizational goals for the company you lead, but never seem to hit them, no matter how hard you try? Or perhaps you are seen as a real go-getter who is proactive and knows what they want in life. You're effective, disciplined, and hit most of your targets. But despite your best efforts or how many self-help books you read, videos you watch, courses you attend, gurus you follow, podcasts you listen to, opinion makers you subscribe to, and psychological tests you complete, you just can't seem to break through beyond a certain level. What's more, your accomplishments have come at the expense of fulfillment and joy in your life. Your lack of fulfillment starts to keep you awake at night because you know you've got what it takes, but there's always something blocking your way, and you just can't put your finger on what that is. So, you do what you've always done and remain focused on the areas of your life that are working for you, the things you know you can control. But deep down, you wonder why you can't move forward in the areas you genuinely care about. Do you relate to any of these questions and scenarios? Suppose you could revisit your lost goals and rekindle them by uncovering and addressing the hidden roadblocks that were always in the way. But you either failed to see them or you felt powerless in the face of them. Imagine if you could break through the barriers you've always believed to be unbreakable because they are your set identity or personality type. Perhaps you have always labelled yourself, calling yourself an introvert or extrovert, for example, and have allowed this label to set the trajectory of your life. What if you could dive deeply into your core essence to see with great clarity how you are being, why you interpret the world the way you do, and behave and act a certain way in various situations? Imagine if there was a way to understand and polish your being in a way that would then empower you to tap into and express your true passion and talents. This would enable you to make your unique contribution to the world, whether it's through your career, business, raising kids, producing art or music, science, academia, the list goes on. Those insights into your uniqueness change everything. They lead you to become a better, more authentic version of yourself, which in turn leads to better performance, more powerful ways to interact with and contribute to others, and greater fulfillment in life. Changing the behavior is only part of the solution. Change the behavior, change the outcome seems to be the dominant way of thinking these days. But while changing the behavior is necessary if you want a different outcome, it is only part of the solution. Changing the behavior alone is like watering the individual leaves of a tree without paying attention to the whole tree from the roots up. Imagine you have an employee who is constantly arriving late to work. You may tell them that their behavior is unacceptable. You may even put them on a performance review and force a change in the behavior. But that is not going to change the real reason for repeatedly arriving late to work. Maybe they don't care about the job, or they lack commitment and responsibility, Perhaps there's another underlying cause that they are not open and vulnerable enough to share with you. Or perhaps you are the employee who continues to arrive late to work. The point is, there are always deeper qualities driving our behaviours. Unless you become aware of these underlying qualities within yourself and others, you will forever be reacting to situations as they arise and applying band-aids rather than being proactive and nipping them in the bud. That would be like only seeing a doctor for a pill rather than a series of tests to reveal the cause of your pain, or only going to the mechanic when your car breaks down rather than having it regularly serviced to prevent the breakdowns. To change the behaviour and outcome sustainably, we need to become aware of and address the deeper qualities that make us who we are and cause how we show up in the world. Our aspects of being, the qualities common to all human beings but show up differently in each of us, directly contribute to how we participate in life and how others see us. They either lead us to live a life of accomplishment and fulfilment by tapping into and expressing our unique being, who we were born to be, or to a lifetime of disappointment and regret. Let's get real. The Being Framework and its associated measurement tool, the Being Profile, adopt an ontological, let's get real approach to understanding human beings. They were designed and developed by Ashkan Tashfir, a philosopher, technologist, and venture builder, who spent more than a decade working with and studying entrepreneurs, startups, leaders, and investors, including many of the world's top achievers, to discover the behavioral patterns and qualities that determine success or failure. He found that success or failure is not determined by capital, technology, strategies, and techniques. It's because of who and how they are being, the underlying qualities that influence their decisions and drive their behaviours and actions. As Tashfir says, those deeper qualities ultimately determine how fulfilled and accomplished you will be as an individual, family, or an organisation. Vulnerability is one of 31 aspects of being, identified as being intrinsically linked to the performance, effectiveness, and well-being of human beings. Others include responsibility, awareness, authenticity, fear, anxiety, care, courage, love, compassion, freedom, presence, confidence, assertiveness, self-expression, and peace of mind, to name just a few. The Being Framework and Being Profile give you access to the lens and language to know, see, assess without judgment, and articulate the drivers of your behaviours and actions and those of the people around you. It is not about positive thinking or affirmation, and it is not a quick fix recipe for success. It doesn't suggest that opportunities will miraculously fall in your lap if you follow the guidelines. Instead, it draws your attention to the extraordinary power of discovering and leveraging the qualities, aspects of being you have a healthy relationship with, and casting light on and transforming the qualities you have an unhealthy relationship with. This will allow you to make more effective decisions, know when to say your real yeses and nos, achieve your objectives, and be true to your authentic self for a life of influence, meaning, fulfillment, and well-being. In short, instead of focusing on what you must have and do to be who you want to be, it's about how to be so you can do what it takes to have whatever you care most about in life.